everyone. Today we have talked about some of the chemical properties of the aldehyde and ketone. So first of all, I will talk about some reaction which are you can see clearly on the board, and also I have talked about for many more chemical properties of the aldehyde and ketones in my previous videos. Clear? So first, come on, what is the reaction given? The first reaction with the hydroxylamine. When the carbonyl compound react with hydroxylamine, then oxime is formed. You have to remember this point. When any carbonyl compound means either aldehyde or ketone. When carbonyl compound react with hydroxylamine, then the oxime is formed. Clear? You can see the reaction. This is a carbonyl group and formula of the hydroxylamine is NH2OH. But I have written the formula of hydroxylamine in this manner to explain about the removal of the water molecule from here. Clear? So the two hydrogen of the hydroxylamine and one oxygen of the carbonyl group is removed here and form water molecule, and the product which are formed is known as oxime. Clear? And this reaction is carried out in the presence of acidic medium, so H plus are given here. Clear? Suppose you have to write this equation for the example, then take the remaining valency of this carbon. You will put the hydrogen and hydrogen here, then the formula will be HCHO, and this formula indicates the compound formaldehyde. Clear? This is the formaldehyde, and when formaldehyde is treated with the hydroxylamine, then same reaction, the two hydrogen from the hydroxylamine and oxygen from the aldehyde, that is the formaldehyde, will form the water molecule, and the compound which are formed are known as formaldehyde oxime. Clear? You know very well that when carbonyl group react with the hydroxylamine, then oxime is formed, and you can write the oxime name when you use any carbonyl compound. When you have used the formaldehyde, then you will write formaldehyde oxime. Clear? Similarly, when we write the at one position CH3 and second position H, the corresponding reactant or the compound is known as acetaldehyde or ethanol. Clear? And when the acetaldehyde react with the hydroxylamine, then same reaction will also occur here. Two hydrogen of hydroxylamine and oxygen form the water, and the compound which are formed is known as acetaldehyde oxime. Clear? Next, when we put the CH3 on here, then we get the another compound which name is the acetone. And when acetone is treated with the hydroxylamine, then same reaction will occur here, then water molecule and acetone also is formed. So in this way, you can easily understand that how the formaldehyde oxime is formed, acetaldehyde oxime is formed, and acetone oxime is formed. Clear? Understand?
Yeah.
Suppose in a reaction are given to you and you have to complete that reaction. Clear? In this type of reaction, you have to only given the reaction and you have to write the product's formula. Understand? Now the second reaction with the hydrazine. Clear? The formula of hydrazine is N2H4. Clear? And this N2H4 is the hydrazine. This can also be written as NH2 single bond NH2. Clear? Here N, N2, H2, H4. So N2H4 is the hydrazine, which can also be written like this, NH2 single bond NH2. And when the hydrazine is treated with the carbonyl compounds or carbonyl group, then the two hydrogen of the hydrazine is react with the oxygen to form the water molecule, and and the corresponding product is known as hydrazone. Clear? When you use hydrazine, the product is known as hydrazone. When you use hydroxylamine, then product is known as oxine. Clear? Suppose when you put the hydrogen, then formaldehyde will form. Then the product name is formaldehyde hydrazone, acetaldehyde hydrazone, acetone hydrazone. Clear? So in this way you can prepare the another product like the formaldehyde hydrazone and so on. Clear? Now come on the reaction number 3rd. The reaction number 3rd are given reaction with the phenylhydrazine. As you know that the formula of hydrazine is NH2 single bond NH2. When we replace one of the hydrogen atom of the NH2 and add the C6H5, the corresponding product is known as phenylhydrazine. This is the NH2 and from here one of the hydrogen atom is replaced and C6H5 is introduced. So it is known as phenyl group and the compound is known as phenylhydrazine. Clear? So the formula of phenylhydrazine is C6H5NH into NH2. Clear? And you can write the phenylhydrazine in this manner to understand about the removal of water molecule from the carbonyl compound. Clear? So the two hydrogen and one oxygen will form the water and the compound or form is known as phenylhydrazone. Clear? So in this way we can prepare the formaldehyde phenylhydrazone, acetaldehyde phenylhydrazone and acetone phenylhydrazone. Clear? Now we have to consider the reaction with the semicarbazide. What is the semicarbazide? You know the formula of urea is NH2CO NH2. Clear? The formula of urea is NH2CO NH2. Clear? When we remove the one of the hydrogen atom from the NH2 group and introduce the another NH2 group, the formula will be semicarbazide. Like this. This is the NH2CO NH2. I have removed the one hydrogen and introduced the NH2 group. Clear? So the formula is equal to the NH2, NH, CO, NH2 and this is known as the semicarbazide. And when the semicarbazide react with the carbonyl compound, then the two hydrogens of semicarbazide react with the oxygen of the carbonyl and form semicarbazone. This is the semicarbazone. Clear? When you use the formaldehyde, it will known as formaldehyde semicarbazone and so on. Clear? Now I will talk about for the reaction with 2,4-DNP. The full form of 2,4-DNP is 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine. Clear? And the formula of 2,4-DNP is here. This is the 2,4-DNP. Clear? This is the phenyl ring and this is the hydrazine. Clear? So the phenylhydrazine are given here and the phenyl ring at the position number 2 and the position number 4 nitro group is present, so the name is 2,4-DNP or 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine. Clear? In this case also the two hydrogen and one oxygen react with each other to form water molecule and the corresponding product is formed. Clear? Now I will talk about for the Clemmensen reduction. This is very important reduction or reaction. Clear? The question will be asked from the board. Clear? Or class 12 board. So you can understand how the what is the Clemmensen reduction. So you have to write the points in this case. You will write here that when the carbonyl compound is treated with the zinc amalgam. Clear? When the carbonyl compound is treated with the zinc amalgam with the concentrate HCl, the carbonyl compound it changes into the methylene group after the removal of one of the water molecule and the reaction is known as Clemmensen reduction. Clear? You can see here this is the zinc amalgam. When any metal react with the mercury, then it will known as the amalgam of that metal. Suppose magnesium react with the mercury, then magnesium amalgam. When sodium is, then sodium amalgam. But here it is zinc, So name is zinc amalgam. Clear? So reaction of the Clemenson reduction are the zinc amalgam with concentrate HCl, and this is the reduction. Clear? Out of these 4 hydrogen, 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. Clear? 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen form the water molecule, and methylene group or methylene is formed. Clear? When we put here hydrogen and hydrogen, then it will be the methane. Clear? Sorry, then it will be the formaldehyde, and when we carried out this reaction, then 2 hydrogen from here and 1 oxygen will form the water molecule, and 2 hydrogen react with the CH2 to form the CH4, that is methane is formed. Clear? So this is all about the Clemenson reduction. Now come on the Wolff-Kishner reduction. This is also a very important reaction, you have to know. In this reaction, the carbonyl group or carbonyl compound is treated with the phenylhydrazine, and thus phenylhydrazine is formed, and later this phenylhydrazine is treated with the potassium hydroxide to form the alkane. Clear? And the reaction is known as Wolff-Kishner reduction. You can see this is the hydrazine, and this 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen will react with each other to form the water, and hydrazine is formed. Clear? And this hydrazine, when treated with the potassium hydroxide, then this N and this N will form the N2, and 2 hydrogen react to form the methylene group or methane. Clear? So this is the Wolff-Kishner reduction. You have to remember this point. Now come on, the reaction with the alcohol. When any carbonyl compound react with the alcohol, then acetal, that is the hemiacetal or acetal is formed. Clear? How can you explain this reaction? This is the carbonyl group, and this is the alcohol, R-OH. Clear? In R-OH, hydrogen acts with the oxygen and OR acts with the carbon. Then the product will be like this, and the compound name is hemiacetal. Clear? And when this hemiacetal again treated with the R-OH, then this of the OH group and the hydrogen form water molecule, and R-OH will come here, and the compound known as acetal. Clear? Now the second reaction, when acetone is treated with the ethylene glycol in the presence of PTS, the name is para-toluene sulfonic acid. Clear? PTS is the reagent which name is para-toluene sulfonic acid. And when acetone treated with the ethylene glycol, then cyclic acetal is formed. One of the hydrogen of here, and the oxygen will form the water molecule, and the corresponding product is known as cyclic acetal. Clear? Now here the reaction number 9, reaction with ammonia. When formaldehyde, this is a very important reaction. Clear? The question will be asked, what do you know about the urotropine, or write the short note on urotropine. Clear? So when the formaldehyde is treated with the ammonia, then hexamethylene tetraamine is formed, which is known as urotropine. The name of this compound is hexamethylene tetraamine, or in shortly it is known as urotropine. Clear? And this urotropine is a chemical or antiseptic cream which is used for the infection of the urinary bladder. Clear? This is the antiseptic which is used during infection of the urinary bladder. Now come on, reaction with the chloroform. When acetone is treated with the chloroform, then chloritone is formed, and this chloritone is a tablet which is used for hypnotic. That means for artificial sleeping drugs is used. The name is chloritone. Clear? So in this way we can say the various number of the chemical reactions we consider in case of aldehyde and ketones. Some of the reaction or chemical reaction are also remaining here. I will talk about for that reaction on my next video. Thanks a lot.